What is GitHub? GitHub is nothing but it's a storage repository of our code. Okay, it's an open source tool. Okay, now first and foremost thing, how exactly the code which has been in my local can reach to a repository. Okay, now GitHub, you should understand the GitHub like our Google Drive. It's a cloud storage place where we put our code inside our cloud. Okay, so to understand that, first let us go to the UI, that is www.google.com. Okay, first I'll go to google.com, www.github.com. Okay, first I need to create a repository in my UI. That is, I go to the Chrome. Here I sign in, click on sign in. Let me give my okay. Once I sign in, it's a UI. Inside the UI I am going to create a new repository. Inside the UI I am going to create a new repository. So that repository name, shall I say that as Jan 16. Okay, I click on create repository. I click on create repository. Okay, once I click on create repository, there are a set of commands which gets which we can see. I'm just going to take this last three command, put it in a notepad. Okay, what we have done is we have gone to the UI, created a repository called as what, Jan 16, and took the three commands. This command I put it in a notepad. See, if you see here, Jan 16 git. Now my entire aim is I need to push my project, whatever the project which I am going to create now, or any of my existing projects. Supposedly I need to push this April 23 project. Okay, what I'll do is, instead of getting into a confusion mode, I'll create a new project. Go to file, new, what it is, Maven project, select it. I'll just say Selenium. Shall I say new project name as what? Shall I say Jan underscore batch? I'll say Jan batch. Click on finish. Once I click on finish, I can see all the things. Now let me configure the build path. All these things you people would have seen in the Maven project discussion. Add the library. Click on finish. Click on OK. Now for the Maven dependency jars to come up, what should I do? I should go to pom.xml, open this version, open the pom.xml of my previous project. Now copy these dependencies till the dependencies, put it over here, put it below. Where can you get all the dependency tags? You can get it from mvnrepository.com. Go to mvnrepository.com, find the necessary Selenium, everything. You can get the respective numbers. If you see here, it builds the workspace and the jars are available in here. Now where can I write the code? I'll write the code in this place. Right click, new, what it is, package. What shall I say? Shall I say day 1? Click on finish. Now click here. Shall I say create a new class? Main method, what is the class name? Shall I say test case 1? I'll say test case 1. Click on finish. In the test case 1, I'll just put a sys. I'll just say hi Jan batch. Save it. Now this code, this Jan batch code, which is there in my local. Okay, this Jan batch, this is test case 1. Okay, let me execute and showcase whether it is working fine or not. It should display hi Jan batch. Okay, this code which is there in my local machine should get into which place? It should get inside this Jan 16 git, which is there in the what you call in a cloud, okay, which is there in the UI, you can say, which we have created. Now how to push this code from our local to the repository? Okay, to be precise, where is our repository? This repository. I need to push this to this repository. So how do I do that? To do that, I need to get inside where exactly my code is all about. I need to go to the workspace where exactly this Jan batch is available. My workspace is available in my D drive, new workspace. What is my project? Jan batch. Okay. Now before this step, or before even starting everything, you need to download Gitbash and install it. Okay, this will provide command prompt for you. It's a command prompt for you to push the code. So I had downloaded and installed the Gitbash. Now if you see in the folder, I went across, I am at the folder level. I went to new workspace where all the projects are there. Our project is Jan batch now. Now right click, what should I say? Once I install, right, I'll get this option. Right click, git bash here. Now comes in your standard set of command. What is the command which you need to pass it across? Now let me give you the insight of the commands. So first command is we should say get init. This will initialize the what you call git process. When I say git status, okay, all the files which is not uploaded will show in a red color. Okay, now after this I need to add all the files. I should say git add dot. After this, if I say git status, all the files would have already been added. Now the files will be in green color. Now after this, the fifth one would be this command, git commit. Okay, you should just write this command. So instead of first commit, shall I change it to version 1.0? Use this. Then the sixth command is basically whatever we have copied, that is remote add. Okay, add this command, remote add. And the final command is, let me explain. Final command is push. Final command is what? It is push. Okay, now basically first is we are initializing. Okay, to be precise, right, let me just open the MS Paint. See, this might be, this is the GitHub repository. Okay, this is our Eclipse code. Okay, so to move the code from here to the GitHub, right, from here to here, we have something virtual repository, that is remote add something is there. So before pushing into this place, we add everything in here, we commit, and finally we push it here. We push the code to here. Okay. Now that is what these commands are all about. First we are adding it, then committing, remote add to the virtual repository, and finally we are pushing the code. So how do I go about? Closely observe the same command I'll be using. What is the first command? Git init. Initialize. Git init is nothing but initialize. Then what it is? Git status. Can you see all the files are in the red color? Then what it is? You need to say git add dot. Everything will get added. Now again, if I say git status, everything is in green. Now what is the next command which we need to provide? Copy this git commit, right click, paste, hit the enter. Now what is the next thing? Add to the virtual remote repository, which you cannot actually see. Paste it, hit the enter. What is the final command? Push it as master. push it as master. Click on finish. Now it will ask for the username and password. Enter the username and password. Okay, now click on OK. It will ask for the password. Click on OK. Now if you see, there are 17 files. Basically all the 17 files are written and it is done. Now where can I see this code is, where exactly we need to see that code? We need to see that in my UI, in www.github.com, that URL. If I refresh, closely observe, if I refresh, can you see all version 1? Where is our code? Source test. Can you see our code in here? This is the place where it is available. Okay, now closely observe. What I am going to do is, this is the first piece of code which you have committed. Supposedly there is a change in the code. You write syso, hello, welcome. Okay, I mean, supposedly in our project itself, you suddenly find a new logic which has been good. You come in the earlier code. And you have written this code. Okay, now whether this code will get reflected in our GitHub? No, obviously the answer is no. So what should I do? Again, let me just close it. What should I do? I need to get into the place where exactly my project is. How do I know that? Go to the respective workspace where exactly you are. This is the project. Now right click. What it is? Gitbash here. First thing is what? Git init. Then what it is? Git status. These two files are modified. So what should I say? Git add dot. It's the same command, guys. If I want me to open the command, I'll open the things. Okay, then what it is? Next thing is again git status. You can see everything in green, two files in green. Now when I git commit, closely observe, git commit -m. What is this version? Shall I say? Because there is a change in code, I'll say version 2.0. Okay, now the last thing is what? Last thing is git remote add. Right click, paste. Again, now when you do this, right, it will say already it's been done. Already remote origin is already there. Okay, so it is optional. Line number 6 is optional when you are updating the modified code. Okay, paste it, hit it. Again, it will ask for the username, password. Click on OK. Now give the password. Okay, I think I have given the wrong username. Okay, let us hit it once again. Click on OK. Now if you see, again 11 files are written. If I refresh, now it's been again updated. Okay, according to our command prompt, again it's been updated. Where can I see that reflection? Where can I see that reflection? Like this. Okay, let me just come back. To Jan 16. Can you see here version 2? If I come over here, click on history. Can you see both the things? Version 1 and version 2. Version 2. Can you see here the difference? What does the version 1 had? What does the version 2 is having? Okay, so this is how you store your code. This is how you store in your code in a GitHub, which will be in turn used in Jenkins tool. Anyway, we'll be looking into that in our framework. Okay, so what are the two parts? We go to UI in the Chrome, we create the repository, then we go to our Eclipse, what you call the project which we have, we need to push that code to the repository. For that, we go to the project level, give all these 7 commands which will push to the master, and finally you can see that in your UI. Okay, to write this command, we need to download Gitbash and install it. You'll get this Gitbash here command prompt. Right click when you do, automatically you'll get it. So this is what the GitHub is all about. What is GitHub? GitHub is just a storage place. It's like your cloud storage place, and it's a open source tool. Most of the project uses this tool. Okay, some of the project might be using SVN as well. So SVN and the GitHub is the one which is used. You can say 50% of the project uses GitHub, 50% of the project uses SVN. Okay, but more or less most of the things will remain the same as with respect to the functionality. So we'll be using in our framework design GitHub and the Ant build tool to automate or to do the continuous, to perform the continuous integration. Okay.